Hello there, you're watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV. In this segment, we will be heading towards the political segment, and we have a guest to be discussing with us the latest President Abdel Fattah speech in the Davos Forum. And we're joined by Dr. Salah Abdullah, political analyst. We'd like to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for being with us on our show today.
So let's start first, sir, with the president's speech in Davos. So the president's there, the economy, the recovery. There's a lot of talks today all around the economy, and I think a lot of people have been waiting for this speech to realize what is going to be the plans for the future, given that the current challenges are increasing.
As you know, Davos is the most important economic and political summit in the world, and put plans for many years coming. I think President Sisi trying to introduce the new face of Egypt to the summit, to the meeting. The face which have plans for the economy and for the future, and he is introducing what Egypt needs from the world and what Egypt ready to afford to the world. By me, Egypt now has planned for a major project in Suez Canal and other areas, and there is many investment need. Many countries is trying to have a project around the Suez Canal, which is a very important area to the whole world. So now through the summit or through this meeting, President Sisi try what we could withdraw or give a good example of what they can afford to the world. So to help or to encourage the foreigners to come and invest in Egypt. The coming future is very promising to the Egyptian and to the world, because if we look, let us say, to the area of Suez Canal, after a few years it will be one of the important areas in the world from the economic point of view, especially that it is the way to Africa, it is the way to Asia, it is the way to Europe. So any investors or any countries who have projects in this area will affect this area. And even I call it not economic investment, but economic power. The country will have projects in this area will have economic power, not economic investment.
Why is that?
I will tell you. If you want to bring cars from China, let us say, to Africa, see how many cars you will carry in a ship. But if you collect it in the Suez Canal, so you reduce the price of this car nearly by 30 or 40%. And the distance between Suez Canal and East African coast is very short.
You save it.
So you save the time, you save the money. This is just an example. That's why if you observe in the last few days, delegations from Britain, delegations from America, United States, the Russians, the Chinese, even Prime Minister of Japan was here. Why? They know the value.
That's for sure, sir. This is obvious. But the problem today is the indications are the opposite. If we're speaking about investors within Egypt, we're speaking about current investors who are shrinking in size, and also investors we don't have any new investors on the horizons. Nothing is announced. We have the local factories with a lot of challenges. Nothing has been changed much in terms of investment climate in Egypt.
Because, number one, if you want to talk about the Suez Canal area, this is another way. But if you want to talk about the inside, this is another way.
The internal investments.
The internal investment still doesn't grow up because of many factors. You know, the political factor is very important. Egypt now starting to stabilization, to safety, and this will help in the investment. But in the past 3 years, of course, there is some danger. The area was dangerous from political point of view. So, the investment will no. But now we are starting. That's why I say that President Sisi is trying to explain the new face of Egypt, the new era in Egypt, to withdraw the people come and invest. About the Suez Canal, we are still in number one. We are just making but we still want to make the roads and to prepare the area for investors. And this will take from 2 to 3 years. So we are preparing the area now. Yes. So what I want to say is that we have not to look to the past, because any revolution in any place in the world, of course, it has a period of non-stability. But now we are starting stability. From 30 June up to now, we are going steps forward for stability. By this stability, more investment will come, many countries will come, and I will tell you, if there is no hope in this country, we will not see these delegations who are coming. They didn't just come to say hello for us. They come because they know that we are going towards stability, that the future will be more better, that we have project here, and we want it, and we need it. So that's why we change 180 degrees, as example Europe, they were against us after 30 June for many political reasons.
But the presence is that we will not need the
change. Why we change? Some people say that they understand things. No, they understand things from the start. We know the facts from the start. But what happened? That you have a new project in the Suez Canal is very important. We can't leave it. Europe and America will not leave it to the Russians and to the Chinese. We can't leave. So they have to be in. That's why they change the whole situation. Now, smile face. President Fattah Sisi now will give his speech in Davos now.
Well, can you highlight, Dr. Salah, on the idea that President Fattah Sisi is this is the 45th annual summit for the Davos Switzerland Economic Forum, and this is the first president that attends this economic forum. We always send delegates or prime ministers, but this is the first time that a president from Egypt goes and attends this summit. Can you highlight the importance of President Fattah Sisi's visit to Davos?
This is a very good point. Generally, President Fattah Sisi is very active from the start. He was in China, in Russia, Emirat, Africa. He's very active. And the man he understands the problems. That's why he wants to create a new era or a new life or a new look to find solutions for the problems. The importance of going by himself to Davos, that he wants to give a message that Egypt, representative in the first man, which is the president, is ready to cooperate, is ready to make solutions for all the problems, which can make the investment very easy and acceptable. Is Egypt willing for new future cooperating with all the world? All these are messages given by his going to
the first time for a president of Egypt go and attend the
he are giving them an impression. This is the new look for Egypt. We are caring about cooperation with the world, from the president to the last one in Egypt.
I think this was the core of his speech. He focused on the youth of Egypt and the percentage of the youth. He focused on inviting investors to come and invest in an opportunity within Egypt. And do you think the upcoming summit that you called for in March would be
Sharm el-Sheikh Economic Summit?
a good idea for that?
This March, I will give it to you from now, summit will be very successful. As I told you, we are fighting now to find a place for investment in Egypt. We are fighting now. We have many benefits. Our land has many importance, very important. But we didn't know how to introduce it to the world. But now, by starting the Suez Canal project, we the correct way to introduce ourselves in the best way to the world. That's why you will find in March summit all the European countries, United States, Canada, Russia, China, Arab countries, the rich Arab countries,
from all around the world,
all the world, from Japan, from Singapore, from Korea will be here because all of them want to have projects in this area.
Dr. Salam, do you think as a political analyst, that the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh is a very good place chosen for the economic summit, better than Cairo, for example?
Sharm el-Sheikh, not a matter of security. I think the security can be done in any place because you have, let us say, the Arab League is in Cairo and they protect the president and the kings when they come. This is not the problem. But Sharm el-Sheikh is from the new areas in Cairo.
It's a touristic resort.
Yes. So when you move it there, you want to give a message that every place in Egypt is safe, and this is one of our new projects, and it is in the center between Asia and Africa, you know, and in Sinai, and this is very important. So, and the weather is very nice, so there is many big benefits.
So it's a mean of highlighting on the touristic, very important touristic places in Egypt, as well as besides the economic forum, so we have both together.
That's correct. You're helping tourism decide the economic discussions and the trying to discuss project with the investors, with the foreign investors. So I think March summit will be a very successful summit from now, and I expect that will be the most successful summit, economic summit we did maybe in the last 10 or 15 years past.
With the 25th of January as the anniversary or the fourth anniversary of the Egyptian Revolution, would it be a milestone for the economic and political eyes of Egypt to judge what is going to be the next step in the next future?
Of course, the world's eyes will be directed to Egypt to see what will happen on 25th of January. But I want to say something. 25th of January is two situations. One situation, it is a day for the police. You know, in 21st January 52, the police in Ismailia, they fought in the English, the British, and they asked them to leave their own places and to leave their own guns and to go out.
And this was when the police started defending themselves?
Yes, and they fight and they fight until all the bullets finished.
Yes, and from here this became a national police day.
National police day. This is number one. 25th January is the revolution against Mubarak and his regime, you know. What I'm expecting this year?
But it did not start as a a few people going out to say that they want some changes in certain things in the government, and then mass of people came, and then it turned into a revolution.
Let's move on to the moment, so we will move for this upcoming story, and we'll be turning back with this point, the 25th of January revolution.
The report?
Yes.
Okay. The report.